This meeting is being recorded.
There you go.
Okay.
So, Dick, good to join us. Welcome. You're muted. In case you want to say anything, you have to unmute yourself.
I've never known him to be too shy, so he probably will unmute.
Oh man, we're honored. Doug Lent is going to join us tonight.
Really?
Well, he just popped on and he popped off. Oh, there he is. He's in front of the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge, looks like.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not on it. Hang on.
Okay.
All right. And there,
I gotta figure it out.
okay, there's, looks like Roy. Is that you? Oh, no, that's Michael. Yay, Mike Embry.
Hello, guys.
Hey,
Hey,
Mike.
Mike,
How you doing, guys?
Good,
hanging in there,
There's
trying to
Paul.
beat the odds.
good, good.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll probably have some guys, latecomers joining us, but we should probably get started. I'm starting to feel, guys, like maybe, you know, the comedian who's at the Laugh Factory. I'm trying to come up with new material, but I don't know how well it's all going. So I got no promises on how things are going to go. But I put together some things that we could talk about. Okay, there's Doug.
Hey, Spike, I think you're on now.
Yeah, I have a pop-up.
I hope I am.
I have a pop-up camera and I forgot to pop it up.
Okay.
Ah.
Spike, we hear you now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Spike.
Yep.
Can you put your
Okay.
mute back on, please?
Okay.
All right. I'm here. I hope I can stay with you.
Yeah.
We hope so too.
How are things down in Florida land?
Okay.
Okay.
We've lost Spike.
Yeah.
Is Spike in Florida?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going well.
He's about 2 hours up the road from me or down the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
John.
Which one?
You know, you mentioned try to have new material. At our age, we can't remember what you said last week, so it doesn't really matter. Everything will be new.
Okay.
Hey, Mike.
Right. It'll be new an hour from now.
Hey, Mike Embry. Mike Embry.
Yes.
Congratulations on the fun you had over New Year's. It looked like you had a wonderful time out at the Rose Bowl.
It was extremely exciting. 270 former band directors thrown together in a 4-day rehearsal. It was absolutely amazing. A lot of fun. I happened to be the oldest one there. There was a trombone player a year younger than I am, but it kind of reminded me back in the old days. We had 2 days of rehearsals and 2 days of performance, and you're there and done.
Yeah.
Oh, looked like a wonderful time.
At least you didn't use a walker.
Well, I know they asked me about that. Because of my age, did I need a wheelchair? And I said, no, I think I can make this one.
Hey, John Dye.
Yes.
Cindy's been trying to connect to audio ever since I've been on here.
Oh, she's not even in the same room, right? I'm just
Oh,
tickled
she's
that I'm
off
on
on
at all. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she's trying to connect to audio.
There.
Let me holler at her.
That's okay.
Okay. Whoops, she went away.
Doesn't hurt anything. Okay.
I removed her. Don't tell Cindy that I removed her.
Okay, I won't.
Hey,
Make her guess.
Mike Embry, you guys looked fantastic when you came around the corner in front of the Simon Museum there. That was amazing.
It was a great experience, John. I was shocked when I got the schematic of where I was. I was row 2, right on the aisle, and I kind of laughed. I said, "I'm going to be on TV," which I was several times. It was a great experience. You see thousands of people applauding and standing and cheering, and they really applauded. The funniest part of the story is I had my cell phone in my coat pocket, And as soon as we cleared the TV, people were calling me, telling me they had seen me on TV, and I was laughing so hard. I said, I can't answer the phone and talk to
Okay,
them,
here we
but
go.
it was funny.
Well, that's a great experience for you, I'll tell you. Awesome. So, guys, let's do this. Tom, I don't know if we got any updates, but I got the slides on, the standardized missing and honor roll and all that. So we can go quickly through those. But I've collected a bunch of like images since we last met that maybe we could go through and just chat about some of these old images, mostly from social media, from everybody posting and stuff like that. So, like I say, the material's getting tough. So if you guys ever want to contribute, just let me know. I'll be glad to put you help pull you in. We still need guys who might want to do a little life story. We've got some of you guys that have stepped up, but if you ever want to kind of bring, some updates to the whole group here, that'd be great. We'd love it. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully it's all going to work here for us. So let's see. Hang on.
Hey, Dick Anderson, you're muted now. I feel like a traffic cop here.
On
There we go.
purpose. On
There
purpose.
you go.
So I'm laughing too loud with some of this.
Well, there's Paul.
Can you see the blue curtain?
Yep.
All right. Can you now see, ta-da, the Academy Drum Bugle Corps?
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
There we are. Okay. So good. It's working. So Bob, Zarfas, still got, this is about the only picture, but I can change out if you want. Okay.
So you're telling me I have not been sending you pictures?
Well, no, but if you getting tired of this one,
Yeah, how many
I need to
drummers
do
is
that.
that?
That's 1949. That's a long time.
1949 drummers? Look at that.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Jeez.
Yeah, when the Corps started, they had more drummers than they had horns, I think,
Yeah.
That's how I know it's the very beginning of the Corps, when they had that many drummers.
Hey, if they did that today, Nancy Pelosi would be investigating them.
Of course, the drummers were beat off.
All right.
Yuck.
Is that in Hebrew?
Can't read those names and stuff, but
It's in Hebrew.
But we know John's around.
Here's our missing list. And then let's see. Rick Smith. Does anybody know in the group a drummer by the name of Rick Smith?
I knew him. He was yeah, we called him Smitty. He was a tall, slender kid. His wife's name was Donna. He played mostly, I think, bass, drum, and tom-toms. I think he was only there like maybe in the last year and a half, something like
Okay.
that. And I believe he's deceased now.
Oh, do we have him? We don't, oh, right there. Rick Smith. Is that him?
Yep.
Tenors?
Probably so.
Yep, that's him.
Okay, all right. Because I think I got this email from Tom back in November, but I don't think we got any responses. I can't remember. Maybe we did, Tom.
Hey, John,
I don't know.
the honest answer is I haven't done anything with this since our last meeting. I mean, I'd made a few modifications, but I haven't sent anything out to anybody, so.
No problem. I just kind of bring it up, so that we all kind of have a chance to pause and think about, especially some of the guys like on the honor roll. This was a picture. I can't remember who gave me this, but Rod, who's that? Rod Stewart? No. Somebody's got some conversation in the background. You might have to mute.
hey, John, we can't read any of these names or anything. I don't know all the typing.
Okay. All right. So, any real quick business on updates? Let's see. We got Tom, Al's gone, and Roy. Facebook page is still about the same?
Status is still the same. We'll get back to you. Al's not on tonight, and I don't think Roy is either. And I need to reach back out to Roy. We got some things going on.
Okay. And then,
John, actually, all things considered, if it's not just me, you really do have something going on with your audio tonight. So when you get the chance later, double check it. Not right this second.
Oh, thanks, Tom. I thought it was just me, you know. Yeah.
No,
no, it's kind of garbled on my end too. I don't know, it might be my internet. Let's see. All right, so here's some new stuff for this month. I thought you guys might enjoy this one.
Good one. That's a good one.
These are all available. Just send me an email. I'll send them to you.
I like those Dos Equis too.
Yeah. Somebody on the Keith Markey Memorial page
Yeah.
posted this about our good friend Jay. So I just thought I'd pull that up and let you guys see that. If you go to social media on Facebook and you type in the Keith Markey Memorial page, you can see a lot of this old information. I think Carlos, you could give us some commentary on these because we didn't go over these on our last meeting.
Can't hear.
Can't hear me?
No, it's real garbled.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you fine, but it's a little far away. But other than that, I can
You
hear
don't
you.
have drummer's ears, that's why.
Ah,
Um,
but I sit in front of the trumpets in jazz bands, so my hearing is impaired too.
So what was the question?
Ah,
can you give us some commentary? Maybe Ray, you could be the middleman since he can't hear me.
hey, Bob Z, if the folks don't know where this was, the Air Force luncheon, maybe you can take 10 seconds and tell them about it.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm hearing you, Tom. Yeah, we had a Christmas lunch this year. And these are guys both from the Corps and I guess, Tom, were you the only one there from the Academy Corps?
I believe I was, yes.
Yeah. So in the front here, I don't know, you probably can't see my cursor, but the picture with four of us, that's Billy Mojica, snare drummer with the Corps, John Bosworth, another snare drummer, me, and Tom Wells in Alabama. So this was really good to see all these folks again, and kind of the last time we've had a big meeting, right, Tom?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then in the picture behind that, if you can move the four of us. Can you move this front picture or bring? Yeah. Okay. There you go. So in the middle here, this is Gabe, who was with you guys at the Academy, and Jan Dunnick here played baritone with you all when you had your reunion up in Scranton, and then the guy on the right here is from the Air Force Band. He was a flutist with the Air Force Band.
So let me interrupt for just a second. So for the guys on this call that may remember the reunion in 2003, Gabe was our drum major, if you may recall that. We'll go back to that picture.
Tom, who are you winking at? Who are you winking at in this picture?
Well,
That's the photographer at me. Okay.
Must have been some chick that was taking
No, it was
the pictures,
me.
right?
Trust me, it was me.
Yeah.
I yearn to have played with the York White Roses.
and this is my wife Pat, and this is Alice Fair. She's the wife of the guy who was the barracks chief back in Washington after I got out.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good time. This is as close as we're ever going to get to reunions anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Jack the Mouse.
if you guys follow on Facebook, Jack posts stuff about what they're doing now with his group. So if you get a chance on Facebook, maybe you could follow him and find out a little bit more. He's pretty actively involved still in jazz recording and performance and everything with his wife.
They just played in Kansas, in Salina, Kansas, in October.
Yeah.
A small
They
hall.
played in
Great.
they played in Emporia too, didn't they? I think he booked that Emporia.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was Emporia, not Salina, Emporia. Small theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is a little different picture than I've ever seen before.
Yeah, that is.
I'm looking at it and I still don't see it.
Oh, Mike Reggiano, are you not seeing the pictures?
It's like, it looks like a bunch of pixels.
I must be having some real bad internet problems, but I'll send out, how about if I send out the slides that we're looking at and you guys can have them for yourself.
Yeah, are you in Utah, John?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That explains a lot. That's all right. It's probably the mountains.
Hey, yeah, the Wasatch got him. Hey, John, what year is this? Do you have any idea? This picture?
This is the same setup and everything. Remember that first
Yeah,
picture?
yeah. Right.
I think this is just a different arrangement that the photographer had.
That's Likens as a drum major, and I'm kneeling up front in the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's obviously another pose of that
Yeah.
picture session.
Yeah.
In all the
Yeah,
light
it's in
blue
the cadet
uniforms.
ballroom, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've never seen this picture before.
I haven't
so
either.
It's different than all the others of that particular photo shoot. So
So who are the three guys right in the middle there? Likens and
Jeff and Longy.
Longy. Okay, that's
Is
Jeff over there. All
Is
right.
that Oki off to the right, the far right?
Yeah, cymbals. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tom is kneeling on the left with the bass drum,
Right there.
Yeah.
and there's Whitey Ledwin behind him.
That's Whitey.
Huh.
Yeah. You know what I'll do is I'll send this particular picture out to you guys rather than have you wait for a slideshow. I'll email this to Tom and he could distribute it to everybody as a nice picture for your.
Yeah.
Here's one, Paul Mayer. Isn't this is
Morbeck.
Bob Morbeck, yeah.
That's Bob Morbeck, yep.
Yep.
So
Connecticut Hurricanes.
yeah, were you in here somewhere else then, Paul?
Not in that year. That was probably 67 or 68 when Bob was still in the Hurricanes.
Okay. So you were in the Academy Corps then?
Yeah, I was in from 66 to 70, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, that was somewhere. This is another one I found on somewhere. It came out, but I thought somebody, maybe you, Paul, you're from Connecticut. Was this?
Yeah, that's the Connecticut Royal Lancers. It's a junior corps. The bass drummer there on the left,
Right here.
that's the guy who played Cliff on Cheers. That's John Ratzenberger.
I'll be darned. I'll be darned. Great
Yep.
character.
Yep, that's
That's why Bob Morbeck says he knows him then. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Here's one. It
Troopers.
showed up. If you want to see some good videos of, historical consequences, go to on Facebook and look for the Museum of Drum and Bugle Corps History right here. And I can't play it for you right now because I got such bad internet, but there's some good videos like this. So if you're looking for something like that, check it out. Here's one for you, Bob.
Yeah, this is the last of three drum quartets at the Air Force Drum Corps. This is Bobby Hoffines on the left. He played snare with the Corps, but he's playing rudimental bass here. He's a former pupil of mine. And this is Jimmy Dinkins from Alabama, Billy Mojica, who still plays with us. And this is Eric Landis, who just passed away about a month ago. Heartbreaking. Really, really dear friend and one of the nice gentlemen you would ever want to know.
Wow.
Okay.
So yeah, that was, they were phenomenal. And this is sort of the same line. Jimmy Dinkins on the end here. Eric, Bill Mojica, this is Rod Goodhart, who some of you would remember as a judge.
I did, yeah.
And,
Yeah, he judged a lot in the Chicago area.
Oh yeah, he judged DCI a lot, Doug. And then Bob Hoffines, who was playing rudimental. And then this is my friend, John Bosworth. And this is Truman Crawford, who was the horn arranger and instructor for the Corps.
Still
Yeah, it was a
had,
hell of a drum line.
The pipe band was part of it too.
They still had the pipes as part of the Corps. And then when the Corps broke up in '64, the pipe band continued because of the pipe band. So they held on to the pipe band.
There's a link. Although,
Yep.
yeah, they're Irish, but Scotland's close
Here's
enough.
Eric.
Yeah. So here's Billy Moe and Eric. I'll see Billy Moe tomorrow morning to drum, but this is Eric. And believe me, when we found out he died, there were a lot of tears because I taught Eric when the year before he went in the Academy Corps when he was in high school, and or when he went to DC. I mean, and so we've been friends since 1950.
I had the chance to see some of his funeral service online. Joe Morales sent me it, and I guess Mojica was they were playing drums at the service.
Right. Yeah. At the cemetery.
Yeah. It was very touching. I knew Eric for years, and he's just such a great guy.
He really was. And this is a photo of the four of us when we got invited down to 8th and I, Marine Drum Corps headquarters, and we drummed down there with drummers from the Old Guard, the Marine Drum Corps, and the Marine Band, and a group from Norway. And on that previous picture, we were rehearsing in Crawford Hall, and of course Truman started with all of us back at the Air Force. So here's Truman, and we had a good chuckle that Truman's there watching us make asses of ourselves. You know? And then this is the four of us when we played by ourselves: Boz, me, Eric, and Mo. And you know, I don't know that we're gonna ever play again, really, with Eric gone, and Boz's health is not quite what it should be. So there are a few of us left playing, and that number really dwindles. And these are drummers from the Marine Band, and Boz and Mo and Eric and me. And I can't tell about the guy in the back, but they were really great. They treated us really, really, really well. And this was a DCI show in Annapolis. This is Boz and Eric. We would go to that show. The four of us would go to that show every year and find a place in downtown Annapolis and eat crab cakes and then go to the show and just hang out. And here's Eric, and the smile says everything, because that's just kind of the way he was.
I could say a word about Bosworth. Some of the folks on this teleconference might not know, but John had actually directed I hesitate to use the word directed, but Top Secret, which a lot of the guys here may know about at one point in time. And there's a great shot of Boz in his kilt over near the Kennedy gravesite also that you might be able to catch up on one time.
Yeah. And so this was the Lancers have a show every year, and that last one we were drumming with some guys from the Old Guard, and here's Tom and Mo and Boz and Eric and me and drummers from the Old Guard, and those guys play. I mean, they are truly the purveyors of rudimental drumming today. They're really something, and they're coming back to the show this year, Tom, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah. And this is one of our little excursions in Annapolis. So Mo and Billy Moe and Boz and Eric and me, and Eric in the hospital. And he had a problem with his aorta, and it started to split. And they took him in the hospital, and they did this really extensive surgery. And this is after he came out of the surgery. And we thought that our prayers were answered, and he was going to be fine. And he went home and was home a couple of days and fell over. And by the time they got him to the hospital, he was gone. And yeah, it's a heartbreaking thing.
Bob, this is what you shared with us on your email.
Yeah, I can't read any of that.
It says that you guys were asked drum in Eric's honor, and so here you are.
Oh yeah, okay. This is when we played Crazy Army, an old solo that goes back to 1935 or 36, when they had carried the casket out to the hearse, and then Billy Moe played the funeral dirge when we got to the cemetery, you know, on a rope drum. Yeah. One last thing to do for a friend, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Those
And
who-
cold, oh my God, it was terrible. The wind was blowing about 40 miles an hour and it was probably 40 degrees.
Ooh,
It was not pleasant, not pleasant at all.
tightened up those heads, did it?
You know, although this is a rope drum, you know, they used to use calfskin heads. Traditionally, they would use calfskin heads.
Right, right.
But
Yeah.
this is not a calfskin head.
Since that, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
Remo,
I'm not
probably.
exactly sure, yeah, what kind of head's on there, but it's not that. So, yeah.
Well, these are all pictures that Bob Zarfos shared on our email, but I know not everybody gets emails, so that's why I kind of stuck them in here so you could kind of see those. Thank you, Bob, for.
No, thank you for showing them because it's one more way to reach out and touch Eric
Yeah.
again. To share a good guy with, you would have all loved him.
So Paul, this was on your social media page, so
Oh, yeah.
share it. Tell us who everybody is.
Well, up in the back, that's our son Paul and his wife Erin. Then it's our daughter Sarah and our son Andy. And on the bottom row, sitting in my lap, is my granddaughter Eliza, my wife Barbara, and our grandson Stan. We were
Beautiful family.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We were visiting everybody down in Atlanta. Andy has just moved to Atlanta as well, and our daughter has recently moved to just outside of Arlington in Alexandria. So I'm beginning to take this a little personally that all the kids have moved away from Connecticut. I don't know what's causing all that.
For Easters.
A lot less snow down there,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah, we're the forecast here is anywhere between a foot and 2 feet of snow for Friday
Nice.
here.
Who said no?
Yeah.
I did. That's sliding by us. We're going to get like 4 to 6 inches and we're sending
Thank
it
you
all
very
north.
much. Appreciate that. Hey,
This
John
is a
Crowder,
picture
would you,
of,
John Crowder, would you just try turning off your audio, your video, and maybe the pictures will become
And the letters
clearer.
maybe will become clear too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, your bandwidth might be a little weak for that much material there.
Okay, how's that?
Yeah, well, go to something with writing on it now. No, it didn't work. Okay.
It didn't?
Sorry, thought that might have given it a little boost.
I don't need to be on video.
Nope. Come back on
Okay,
your
there
video.
it's better. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
better
you
now.
can read it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, much better.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What did you
That's
do?
it.
You can read that now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's start all over then.
You can start over.
Okay,
Oh,
so-
I won't remember anyway, so you can start over or not. I'll still not remember.
That's a good suggestion, Paul. Thanks. Hey, I put this up because it was posted on the social media. Bob posted it, and this is, I guess, after all he's dealt with, this is one of his most recent pictures. Has anybody been in touch with him?
I see
Just
him on
occasionally
Facebook.
on Facebook, but that's about it.
Yeah, he used to play, I think, quite a bit in, brass bands and all that kind of stuff. But I think he's had some surgeries for cancer or something, and I don't think he's still able to play. But
I believe he decided to go to a big bore instrument. I'm not sure if it was a baritone or what, euphonium or whatever, but some problem
I
with
think-
soprano and was using a different mouthpiece now.
Yeah, I think that's right. Do you guys remember? I think he's from Kansas. Was he from maybe Salina or
Kansas.
Hutchins, Wichita
Wichita?
Hutchinson.
I can't remember what they were called. Overland Park had one. Silver Sabres were Salina, of course, Argonne and Hutch.
Where did he
Wichita,
get
I think, was in,
Could be.
His wife is just in the hospital for some more surgery on her foot here not too terribly long ago.
Okay.
So they've been
here's,
trying to decide moving between Arizona and Colorado Springs or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Here's one you could lift your spirits with here. So, Tom, I just couldn't resist that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, and I actually did about a 15-second recording there too. So if you're on Facebook, the recording is out there. And the sticks broke when I snapped them back in.
I was going to say, Tom, you finally found a pair of sticks you could use, right?
Well, after you told me about my left hand, Bob,
There you go.
I've been worried about that.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, it's
Were you
looking a little
drumming
sweeter now.
Santa? Hey, Tom, were you drumming Santa in or drumming him out?
It doesn't matter.
All right, so Tom, I just couldn't resist, but I loved your posts on you're getting around a lot on your drums, right? You're staying busy. That's good. All right, this is Michael. I had already had you planned for a little expose, but you already talked about it, and here's a couple of pictures of here you are in the TV picture on Channel 5. And and that's in KTLA. That's actually Los Angeles station. And so here you are. And I think I got. I guess that's the only one. Do you have anything else you wanted to add about that, Mike?
No, again, exciting. The youngest band director was 23 years old, and I was the oldest at 75. There was a trombone player at 74, but it's pretty exciting to see 270 band directors come together and do that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd always wanted to see the parade. Extremely enjoyable to be in the parade. And, and the only thing that it was a 5.5 mile parade, and everybody wondered if I would, actually there was a board, like a Super Bowl kind of board. People made bets on if I could make the parade or not, all 5.5 miles. And so I won because I did. But I met a lot of great people. It was wonderful to see the young people there. And, for an older guy, it was a thrill. For the younger people, a lifetime memory. It'll be something they'll always live. And I think one of the most emotional parts of the parade for me was to see groups of little young kids whose band director was in the band, and they were cheering their band director on. I mean, it was really very rewarding and very emotional. A great time and great experience. And the only thing I had problems with, I practiced walking and all that, but to hold your horn up for 5.5 miles, my arms and my shoulders were killing me. I had at least 3 Jamesons when I got back to the hotel.
Wow. So you never took your horns down?
No, we brought them down, but limited.
Right?
The guy that ran it obviously was not a real player, because they would play 2 cadences, roll off, and back to another song. Oh. But everywhere was TV time, so you kept playing and playing and playing. Oh. Like, oh my God, it was amazing.
How big was
quick question here. So did anybody say, I promise, just one more time, as band directors are forced to do?
Trust me, going through rehearsals, when I got there, 2 days of rehearsal, it was raining, and we rehearsed in the rain. It kind of reminded me of my old drum corps days, because we had to rehearse to be ready for the parade. And we actually did a field presentation concert. And to hear that, I laughed and laughed and laughed, because one more time, only one more time. Well, it was 93 one more times.
Well, that's the band director lie. We all know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
How big was the band? A couple of hundred, right?
270.
Oh, okay, almost 300. Yeah, it was huge.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
there were 30 tuba players.
30 tuba players? Oh my gosh.
30 tuba players. There were 18 snare drummers. It was absolutely amazing and everybody was a first year player from their college or where they came from. So the quality of music was outstanding.
Huh.
It was fun to watch.
For representing us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, it was part of my audition. And I think one of the reasons that they accepted was because I had been in both the Academy Corps and in the Cavaliers. I was one of the first people accepted, and they slapped me on the first trumpet part. But let me tell you, I had to practice to play some of those high notes. It was not the same as the old days.
Funny how that changes, isn't it? Yeah.
No kidding.
I've still got a good high range, in trombone in these groups I'm in. I'm the oldest in both the concert band, symphonic band, any of the jazz band, still holding down the first chair. But you know, I know my day is coming. I mean, I can get the high stuff, but boy, low, no, doesn't work. Paddle tones. I'm talking about.
Ironically, you know what is actually true. I can still more do high notes than I can lower notes because it's just I don't have the actual range to do that anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you guys who are still playing because it's been a long time since my lips. The last time was that Colorado Springs reunion we had where we halftime. That was the last time I touched a mouthpiece. So I feel grateful that I had that because it's been a long time. I struggled with those rehearsals too. Jeff Anderson, I think, could tell you that. All right, so we got just a couple of more. Can you guys read this better now?
Yes.
We can read that one. We can't read the other one, the smaller print, but.
Yeah. So this is an article that had to do with kind of a memorial service. It says over here, this was alumni at the gravesite of the first horn instructor of the Royal Airs, Rich Carsitano. And I wondered if he says here there's a guy from Cavaliers named Bob Gendros, Larry Case, Jackie Borelli, and
Siglar.
Ed Roberts. So I didn't know. Some of you guys I thought might know some of these people or have some idea about this alumni breakfast club. Does that sound familiar to any of you guys?
I'm actually a member, John. They have meetings up in mostly southern Wisconsin. Rich Tarciano was a ex-Cavalier. But people have to realize back in the 60s, when I was in the Cavaliers, there were 32 corps in Illinois. There were 14 corps in the Chicagoland area. So, and in fact, I started teaching the guardsmen when I was drum corps when I was 18 years old. So everybody kind of mingled with all the different corps.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, Zimney and Sonny, from the Royal Airs.
Oh.
Yes.
That's where I heard that. Okay. Yeah.
And the other thing was too, this group, oddly enough, I belong to this group also, even though not from that neck of the woods, but basically it was started by Madison Scouts people. And of course, the Lady of the Angels fire, Royal Airs lost a couple of folks in that fire. It was the Catholic school that burned. Anyway, it's I won't belabor the point, but it was a real tragedy, just an absolute tragedy.
Yeah.
But you can look it
For
up.
Those that,
Matter of fact, there's
yeah, very briefly
shot.
for those that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
For those that don't know, the ladies of St. Angel, when they had the fire, the nuns locked the doors so the kids were trying to sneak out early, and I think 58 kids died and several nuns in a fire, and a couple of them were Royal Airs, and it was a very emotional time.
And there's some earlier shots, no, not like this one, but from a number of years ago, where actually folks that had been in the Royal Airs would gather, and they'd place some numbers and whatnot at the site. So,
well, I knew you.
It changed. That fire changed a lot of the way we conduct business in schools.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just a couple more. Here's one. I guess it was Roy that shared this. Yeah. Okay. That's where it came from. Roy Perez. So here's a picture. Paul, this one goes back to the same era, I guess, as that other picture, right? That's Moravec, right?
Yeah, that's Bob Moravec there.
Hurricanes.
The Connecticut Hurricanes, that probably was about the same time, 67, 68 perhaps.
They had a remarkable drum line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I judged them a few times. That's
Very
the rudimental bass drummer all the way on the left, that's Al Ruat's brother Dave.
Oh,
And sad news to report, Al would mention if he was on, but his other brother, Richard, just passed away 2 days before Christmas.
Oh, no.
So Al's lost both of his brothers. Yeah.
Darn it.
wow.
Well, here's the last picture I got, guys. And this was, Paul posted this, and I wanted to maybe conduct a survey and say who likes that that logo, because I don't.
No,
Yeah, I don't care for it.
that's the cadet course stuff, isn't it?
No,
No,
that's what they use for rank now too.
No,
That's Academy band poster, and that's the new logo for the Air Force.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, I want to see this. I want to see the Space Force band.
I like
Well,
that.
they do play for
Speaking
some
of high notes,
Force, they do play for the Space Force organization.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering if, because you never hear much more about the Space Force, I wondered if they'd just kind of put it under the blankets or something. But
Hey,
No.
you know, like driving on like 95, we go by Patrick Air Force Base. Well, it used to be Patrick, but now it's SFP. Now it's safe Space Force Base. So they haven't dropped it. They've changed some of the names already from the Air Force bases here.
Yeah,
It
last night's
it is
news
very-
down here, they started a junior ROTC, high school junior ROTC Space Force. So it's kind of interesting.
It is very active, and you see it all over. A lot of times you'll say U.S. Air Force / Space Force. Extremely active. They've got their own flag. I've talked to a lot of Air Force people that were recruited into Space Force, especially in the technology side. It's not well known, broadcast, but it's very active.
so the
Yeah.
Air Force Academy cadets, can they take a commission when they graduate in the Space Force?
Yes.
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 Matter of fact, this year they had both the Chief of Staff of the Air Force and Chief of Staff of Space Command passing out the diplomas.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Well, guys, that's like I say, the material is getting harder and harder to come by, and hope you don't mind, but I think it just gives us a little something to talk about. But I'm open for any suggestions or somebody else that wants to kind of, do some input. But that's about the only way I can see that we could generate some talking points usually, and we could keep things going. What do you guys think? Is that okay if we?
I think, John, for the next time, get another headshot because you're starting to freak me out a little bit.
That's what he was trying to do, Mikey.
It worked.
Goomba.
Goomba.
I will take that under advisement. All right, guys. Well, hey, that's all I've got. Unless anybody's got something else they want to kind of bring up here, John.
I have something that I would like to throw out to the group. I need a little help with this. Long story short, last summer, while I was home to Michigan, I went and saw my brother-in-law's in honor guard at Fort Custer near Battle Creek. And I got to know the guys in his honor guard. He does it one day a week. And really got kind of turned on to the whole veterans services. I would like to have the opportunity to possibly play taps at one of these services or several, but I need to know how to go about buying a soprano bugle, hopefully a used one, but I need to know what kind, how much should I spend? Can anybody give me any insight into how much I might spend, what key, whatever kind of horn? Any of you guys that are involved with these cores that might be getting rid of horns or something? Can anybody
Check on eBay, John.
just go to eBay and
Yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to be on there, but you might. I assume you want a G bugle, right?
whatever's the most common and works the best.
Okay.
John, I
Yes.
can tell, and in fact, I played a funeral last Saturday.
Yes.
Most of the buglers, and if you do, I'm going to send you a couple patches. Send me a note. I'll send you some bugle patches for honor guard. Most of the honor guard people play a trumpet, and they play the first and second vowel, which is the key of G for bugles. So I've actually played bugle taps with a bugle and a trumpet, playing in first and second vowel, which is A for us, but G for bugles. So you can play a trumpet. Easier to play, more affordable. You don't have to have a bugle, and you don't want to buy a cheap bugle because they sound like crap. They sound like a little girl farting through a lead pipe. So I would sorry.
I'll picture that.
Okay. But seriously, I mean, if you need help, you can send me a note. But a used trumpet is much more affordable, much more in tune, and much more playable. Especially if you play it first and second vowel, which is actually G for bugles. And we need you. We need buglers all over the country. There is probably not a week that only 10 to 15 bugle requests to play taps, all the way from northern Illinois to southern Wisconsin to northwest Indiana. And obviously I can't play, and I probably play once or twice a week.
I thank you for that, Mike. What are bugles or are trumpets all in the same key?
Yeah, all trumpets are in B. Well, no, there's B flat and there's C trumpet. You won't find a C trumpet because they're very expensive. But B flat trumpets, just the B flat trumpet, you're in for sure. And you
you're
can
in the
usually get
same
those for
key then as we're on baritone bugle.
Right, very good. That's exactly what I was looking for. I think I can go to my local music store, Grainer Music, and see what they might have. Or yeah.
Wow,
Very good advice.
Grainer's still there, huh? Wow.
There's two. There's Grainer and I forget the other one, but yeah, Grainer's still going.
There's lots of used trumpets everywhere. You can go on eBay. You can just put a notice out in there because a lot of families have a B flat trumpet sitting in their closet. They would love to get rid of for $1.50. Just make sure when you take a trumpet, you take it and say, I want to try it out before I buy it, and either take it to local repairman. If it plays well, then you're fine. The only things are the valves. If they're oilable and they're still working, you're in like Flynn.
Yeah, as long as the slides aren't soldered shut, from not being used.
Yeah. Actually, I need to find a music store that might be able to tune up my trombone a little bit too. My slide's a little rough. But as for the opportunity around Colorado Springs, I'm not sure. I think there are a lot of musicians around this area, being as we have so much military. I'm not sure if they're really hurting for bugle play for taps players or not. But even then, I look forward to possibly playing taps at my brother-in-law's services in Michigan, and who knows where else. But I thank you for that information. And
John,
I will let everybody know this. There are two organizations, Bugles Across America, BAA, and you sign up as a member, and nationally they'll send you a note. The other one is Taps for Veteran, which is started by an Air Force bugler out of Washington, D.C. And they give you lots of leads. And as I said, I get these notices every week, 10 to 15 requests for buglers. I turn most of them down, but that opens a lot of doors. You have Colorado Springs, you have Castle Rock, you have Pueblo, all in that area. And
Yeah.
believe it or not, here in Northern Illinois, I have buglers come from Iowa to play taps just to help out.
Yeah, this is all something that I'm looking forward to maybe rolling into as I get slower in my work, but I haven't retired yet. I still have active days working, but this is something that I hope I can roll into retirement with. And so I thank you for the information. That helps me a lot. I'll find one.
Hey, John, if you just send me your address, I'll send you a trumpet, no charge. I've got a bunch of trumpets and that'll help me clear out some of the stuff I have.
No, really?
Seriously, yep.
Seriously?
Yeah, Skip, let me make sure I have your mailing address and I'll send you one.
Okay.
And you send me your address, and I'll send you some bugle patches to start your uniform with.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
where is he?
Well, actually, I have a patch and some pins that the guys gave me from Fort Carson or Fort Custer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard of that cemetery or not, but it's near Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
But they gave me an honorary patch
See you, Joe. You leaving?
because they wanted. So.
Things
Joe,
okay
good
up there
seeing
on
you.
I-70?
Hey, Bob Zarfos.
Still blowing.
Bob
Yeah.
Zarfos, if I felt bad when Eric passed away because I was traveling myself, but if you have fellows from the DC Corps that pass away and you want a live bugler, call me. Let me know. I'll play.
I appreciate that.
Down in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, wherever it might be, because we gotta.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, glad to do it. Yeah,
Thanks, Paul.
Mike's absolutely right. The need for buglers continues. Last week I had 6 requests to play taps,
Wow.
and I could only do 3 of them. But I called other guys and we got them all covered because otherwise they use this recording of taps that they play, and it's terrible. And sometimes it doesn't work. It gets halfway through and stops because they didn't check the batteries out. So
When you play those, do you guys wear a uniform or how do you do that?
I just put a shirt and tie and a blue blazer, gray pants. Some guys, I've seen some places where guys put uniforms on that don't really make any sense. They got all sorts of wrong brass on it, and one guy had a chevron on one side. It was 4 stripes, and the other side it was 2 stripes.
Well,
I guess the average out
4
is
plus
probably
2
a
is
3-striper,
6, right? So I guess that's a master. I don't know what they call them anymore.
You see a lot of these guys that wear the uniform. They don't know what they're doing. They probably never had it on. I was at a ceremony not too long ago, and the guy had an Air Force uniform on, and he had stripes on it, but he had officer brass on his lapels. Those are the ones without the circle around it.
Right.
So I said to him, "Hey, where'd you get the officer brass?" He said, "What do you mean officer brass?" I said, "Well, that's officer brass you're wearing. It's not enlisted brass." He said, "What are you, an expert?" I said, "No, I'm not an expert."
Yeah, matter of fact, I am.
But I know a phony when I see one.
Sound a little defensive.
Oh, man.
Hey, Mike, congratulations to your future daughter-in-law there. I understand she got a new job. That's wonderful.
Yeah, she did. She's really happy, and my son's happy too.
That's great.
So she got the Paul helped with some guidance to my future daughter-in-law who's been in HR, and she got a VP of HR job at one of the hospitals right in Alexandria.
Oh, wow. Great
Yeah,
gig,
so,
I would hope.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good for her. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So I asked her when I talked to her if she had a good day, how many people did she fire? But she's got no sense of humor when it's come to that.
Where'd she get that?
Yeah, I have no
Osmosis, amoeba.
idea.
We don't call it firing. We call it opportunity to work for someone else.
Yes, okay.
I thought we called it rifted. Got rifted.
That's it.
I'm sorry, you've been downsized, yeah. Well,
Hey guys, it's been great.
Thanks, guys. We need to set a date. Now, do you guys want to do it in a 30-day period or do you want to wait 60 days? What do you want to do?
Oh, let's do 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roughly speaking. I mean, whatever. End of the month.
If you guys have
February-
suggestions on material.
February 23rd is a Wednesday night, last Wednesday in February.
Okay. Hey, listen, you
Yeah.
guys, if you have material that you want to talk about or something, email it to me and we'll make it part of the time together, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll try to make sure it's adults only entertainment.
February 23rd, okay. All right, guys.
All right, guys, take
Have a good
care.
night. Bye-bye.
Stay well.
Stay well.
Good night,
sir.
everybody.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a magical
Paul,
day.
I'll be getting a hold of you.
Have a magical day. Give me a break.
John Dye, tell Cindy hi.
I certainly will, and you, Judy.
All right. Take care, guys.
Good night, guys.
Hey, guys.
Take
Stay
care.
healthy. Stay healthy.
Bye-bye.
I hope to see you before too long, right?
Well, I won't be there tomorrow. I got a teleconference at 1. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. One of these days.
Soon.
I'm really sorry for the bad technical stuff tonight, guys. I don't know how to fix it, but sorry.
Yeah, check your poor microphone.
It's built in. What do you do?
I'm not the IT guy.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Good night.